Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. This morning I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday, get that fastened into place, and then I'm going to try to get all the plumbing done. We had right around 3 inches of snow last night, so I've already spent most of the morning clearing off the cars and getting ready for the snow plow. The township plow went through and plowed the road, but now we're waiting on our plow guy to come and plow out the driveway. What we got to do is just shift the cars around. He plows the other side of the street first, shift the cars over there, and then he plows this. So somebody has to be here and available to do that, and Cindy's sick right now, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take Natalie to school 2 hours late, and I think I'll run across the river to town and pick up a couple things. What I need are the, not this size, but oh, I got some right here. Where are those? They are the copper straps. I have 3/4 inch, but I don't have any 1/2 inch. That, and I can't find my little tubing cutter, but I have enough to get started. So I'm going to get that into place and get it all laid out, put my, where are they? Put my ears on there and start cutting tube. Like I said, I got to come up, over, and then it's got a T right here. We've got to make sure I got a T. I'll do that because I'm coming out this way. I need 2 T's. One for the hot and one for the cold, I believe. No, a T and an elbow. And then I'm going to run over to there. So let me double check on my fittings again before I go to town, and let me get this thing fastened in place. Okay, what I did here, well, you've seen that I traced a line. I went from the top of this fitting all the way across, and then this is where the top of the pipe would hit. This is the 48 3/8. Top of the pipe would hit here. So this represents the top of the pipe, and then I retraced it onto this rosin paper, and then I measured over 5 feet, and that's where my cabinet's going to end. And then I figured out where the inside of the wall, it's a built-in cabinet, so it's going to be made out of 2x2 or 1x2 studs, or no, 2x2 studs, which are basically this, 2-inch wide by 1.5 inch thick. So that's what the frame of this cabinet is going to be made out of, and it's going to have this pipe coming into it, and then it'll go up to the water heater, and then it'll come back down and go to this drop here. So what I need to do now, I have my parts cut. I'm going to pre-assemble them, dry fit it into place, and throw a little clamp on there to hold it right where it needs to be. And then I can measure from that fitting over. This pipe needs to be held about like that. So then I can get an exact measurement on that and cut that, and then I'm off to the races. I should be able to solder the rest of this up today. It's a real pain in the ass because behind this I have foam, very flammable, so I gotta go cut a piece of wood that fits tight in here. I'll probably shim it tight, so I'll make it a 1/16 inch shy and then shim it in there tight, and then I'll get that wet and use it as a backer when I do this solder. And on this side I can just set a piece of wood behind it and wet it down. In the end, I want to do this joint and the 2 joints here. Okay, so let's pre-assemble these. All right, now that I have this mocked up in place, what I'm going to do is just, this is going to be a little on the clumsy side. All I have to do, you can see that I pulled this plumb with a zip tie and then just stapled it against the stud there. So that's where I need it to be. So I just have to hold this in the right place, and then I have my line. I'm going to go to the bottom of the line right around there, and then I can mark where my cut needs to be. Then I will solder the first side of that joint and take this off and get this soldered, then put the whole mess back on and make my cut, and then solder these 2 ends. Easy peasy. went ahead and got this joint all soldered up. So now it's just this top joint, that one's done, and both of these. And I got it all secured into place. This is pulling it to where it needs to be there. Everything is sanded, everything is fluxed, and she's ready to go. So I'm going to do the hard one first. This is a double, and what I did, I have two boards. They're soaking in water now. I'll put that right behind here, take some shims and shim it into place. Don't want to start the foam on fire. And the other one, like I said, will just sit behind here. And hopefully I don't get any burnt wood, but as long as nothing starts on fire, I'm okay. So I'm all ready to go, and let's solder up these last joints. I got this capped off, and I plugged this for now, just temporary, so I can test this. Wish me luck. Nothing there. I hate when I have a little drip of solder. Always looks like I got a leak. That's the water gurgling in here. This has a cap on up there. I'm going to drain this whole thing again. I'll shut this valve off, take that plug out, and drain it so that it's not a freeze hazard. If you remember what I was saying before. Now, once I shut this off and drain it, I only have water from right here up. This will get drained as well. So there's my plug, and where'd I put that? Right there. That's my heat tape. So I got to put the heat tape back on and plug it back in. No leaks. So now I just got to drain it and do that stuff. But I'm going to sign off right now. So what I have to do is get another drop ear on here, and that's going to go in here as well. Both are stub outs for the little water heater that's going to go on the inside of this cabinet right here. But tomorrow's task is my first time, Tomorrow's task is my first time doing PEX. So I gotta cut off what's up there, put an elbow in, and then transition from copper to PEX, and then run the PEX all the way to there. But in reality, I will be drilling a hole up through there and feeding the PEX all the way back to there. And then I'm gonna dead end it somewhere in here. Not 100% sure how I'm gonna do that. I might leave a couple coils. I have a plug for it. Then that has to get tested. Yeah, and I want to drain it. So I'll have to test it, then pull that plug out and put a new plug on there just in case the water somehow gets turned on before we're ready for that. I want to leave that entire line empty. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Just like this, I'd rather not have put that plug in there, but I do want it tested before I start building all around it. So if you want to see me working with PEX for the first time, using my brand new PEX tool and all that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon so you're notified when I post a video. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.